Welcome to our CleanCast today. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk today about employee testing and the importance of what that it plays, an important role that it plays in bringing people on board. And I know that many of us don't do a lot of testing for a new line worker, new technician. But as we go into the next group of people, like our site supervisors, our area supervisor, production supervisors, our salespeople, they should all be maybe considered to be testing. And I don't know if you're doing any, but I thought it was interesting. I picked up an article recently from the Washington Post that talks about the testing that's going on today. And testers are saying that their offerings are bringing a consistency and of objectiveness to a process that can sharply improve the odds of hiring the right person. I'm thinking of this in terms of like our supervisors. Assessments are right more often than wrong, and I can guarantee you that's true, because I've tried a couple of times. You've heard my story, I'm sure, before about the manager I tried to hire who failed miserably on our test. And so I had him take it again because I figured there must have been something wrong with the test. And he did worse the second time, but I hired him anyway. Said the test must be wrong. I go Zig Ziglar, the book must be wrong. Well, it lasted 2 weeks. I should have listened to the test, shouldn't I? But and I learned never again after that did I hire someone when the test scores weren't where our company thought they should be. But some of the questions they ask, and some of these corporations are asking when they're trying to hire supervisory people, I thought was interesting. Like Marriott, for instance, will show a housekeeping applicant a photo of a room, of one of the rooms, and then they will ask the candidate determine what's wrong with it. Or if they're bringing on somebody, and there might be a pillow out of place or something. But then the same way with landscaping, it says they will show a housekeeping applicant a photo of a landscaped area at one of its hotels, and then ask the candidates to determine what's wrong with the landscaping. And maybe they just put a gardening tool there that wasn't put away. Maybe they just left a rake there. But see if they could determine what was really wrong. In one of the tests for a supervisor, applicants might have to demonstrate how they would talk to an employee who was coming in late and missing important meetings. How would you talk to them? Here's my chance. In our supervisory training program, management training program, that's available on our website, by the way, we talk about that whole issue of discipline and talking to employees and how do you handle situations. But they want to, people want to know this, and I mean, managers need to know this, companies need to know this, of how their managers would react. T-Mobile, which I guess we're all familiar with, they said they receive about 1 million job applicants a year and hire about 14,000. So they determined that if they go for the ones that have the higher test scores, that they bring in more revenue per hour, and that the customers they assist have lower rates of service cancellation. Think about that. With just that test, they can make that determination. If they get the higher end, think about how the revenue they can bring in. And if you're watching television at all these days or listening to the radio, what's a radio? If you're watching television, or even looking on your phone, that everybody's trying to get you to switch, aren't they? This company's trying to get you to switch to that carrier, and that one's trying to get you to go here, and this one's trying to get you to go there. And so having some kind of a test that brings up the better people, that they will stay longer, they'll produce more revenue. Same thing applies to us. If we can develop an organizational test in our company for the various positions, and there are a bunch of companies out there that can do that for us and with us, then as they score on those tests, we know what we can expect. So let me recommend that you think about that. think about doing testing at we tested all supervisors. And I was about the only one that ever said the test is wrong. I did have one time where we tested a salesperson, and my people wanted to hire him without testing him because they thought he was so great, and I wouldn't let them do it. And they were mad at me, but they made him take the test, and he failed miserably. Was nowhere to be in our business. Should never be in our business. So think about testing. And again, send me a message on my website, consultantsandcleaning.com, and if you want to talk about it, or if you disagree with me, or if you agree with me, or just want to talk about it, let me know. Thanks for watching us today. See you next time.